Hello everybody, my name is Sir Saucy, and today we're going to be doing something... Hello everybody, my name is Sir Saucy, and today we are going to be doing something different. We are going to be doing a movie review of Uncle Drew, which is a movie that came out, I think, about a week ago.
A week ago!
And I saw it about a week ago.
A week ago!
And we're going to review it today. So I have 3 different sections for this review. I have the good, the bad, and then the overview of like how I feel about the movie and the rating. So we'll start off with the good. Not gonna lie, there's not a lot of good things about this movie, but what I can say is I did like the concept of the movie. I don't think it was executed very well, but I do like the concept. Lil Rel, I think that's his name. I liked his performance in this movie. He wasn't given the best lines, and most of his jokes kind of like missed the audience. And like out of the hundreds of jokes he said throughout the movie, only a few of them made me like at least chuckle.
It's bullshit.
But I think he had a decent performance throughout this whole movie. Another thing I liked is I like the progress that the movie made with the old people. Like, I like how, the movie spent time kind of getting to know each and every old person. Some of them weren't as well fleshed out as others, but overall, I like the way they did it. There is one issue I have with it, though, which we can get to in the bad side of this review. That's another thing I liked. I don't think I can think of anything else that is good about this movie. I'm going to be honest.
Damn, dude, what the hell?
That's all I have for the good side of this review. If I think of anything, I'll probably say it in the latter part of the review. But that's all I have for the good. Okay, so the bad. Now, this is probably the longest part of this review. There's a lot of issues I have with this movie. There's a lot of things about this movie that prevent it from being good. Where should we start? Let's just start from the beginning. So, Lil Rel, if I'm saying his name wrong, I'm sorry, but he was a good character, but his wife was so annoying in this movie.
Whoever, blase, boo, 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 oozy, all that bullshit.
She was so unnecessarily over the top throughout this entire movie. And the way that she switched from I can't think of Lil Rel's name in this movie, but the way that she switched from him to the other dude in this movie, the white guy, again, I can't think of his name, which just shows you how forgettable this movie is.
To defeat one's enemy is to become one's enemy.
What?
Wait. Stop it! You're crazy! You're psycho!
But the way that she switched from side to side, I didn't really enjoy. Excuse me, her character was very over the top, and I didn't appreciate it. Another thing in this movie is, I said I liked the old people and how they were introduced, but I also had issues with them and their storylines. For example, the main character that Kyrie Irving was playing, I didn't really like him that much, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I liked the whole concept of him, being the greatest basketball player alive and everything like that. But I didn't enjoy him that much in this movie. I think, but that's one of the main issues with this movie. Because the main characters are basketball players, they can't be the greatest actors.
I am Kazam!
Whether, they want them. I think they did a decent job considering they have never really acted as far as I'm concerned, but, yeah, Kyrie Irving's character didn't really click with me. The other characters, I think it was Lights. Lights is the only name I remember. There was a super tall dude that had, beef with Kyrie Irving, and the beef between them, at first, it was okay, so they got beef. But the way they handled it wasn't, the best way to handle it. Because the way they handled it is, they had issues when they first met. The tall dude punched Kyrie Irving in the face because they have a history because Kyrie Irving slept with the wife of the tall dude, which it was an interesting concept. It just wasn't executed very well because, like, it was addressed in one scene, like, when they first met, and then, like, you know, over the next, like, 10 minutes of the movie, like, you know, he was just kind of treating Kyrie Irving like trash because of the whole history, and, like, literally this conflict was, like, 10 minutes long. Like, it wasn't terrible, but the way they, like, at the end, they go to the tombstone of the girl, which makes no sense, because they didn't even explain that she was dead at all. It just kind of, like, popped up out of nowhere. And the tall dude, he literally, like, he had a conversation with Kyrie Irving, and that was, like, they had, like, one conversation to finish it off. Like, the tall dude and Kyrie Irving, they had, like, one conversation, but it was, like, the most basic conversation. It was like, yo, I'm sorry, man. He's like, why'd you do it? And then the tall dude was like, I loved her, man. Why would you do that? And then Kyrie Irving was like, I loved her, too. And then, like, you know, they basically just talked it out, and that was it. And, like, it just felt like it was so unnecessary. Like, I don't think the film really needed this conflict, if I'm being honest. Another thing about this movie that I mentioned earlier in the review is a lot of the jokes in this movie don't hit. As a whole, this movie wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. Like, as a whole, I didn't enjoy this movie. Well, actually, I take that back. I did enjoy the movie. I wasn't, like, engaged like I was when I was watching, like, you know, Jurassic World, which we'll get into later. I know a lot of people don't like Jurassic World, but, you'll see my review on that soon. But this movie wasn't engaging. I wasn't really engaged in the story. This movie was just very average. I would recommend seeing it. It is not complete. It's not a complete waste of time. I did enjoy myself when I watched this movie. It just wasn't amazing. Like, I wouldn't expect, like, a lot of things from this film, but I would say it is worth watching. So if I had to give this grade, if I had to give this movie a grade, it would be a C or a 6 out of 10. This movie was very average. Like, it wasn't above average, it was just average. Like, it wasn't good by any means, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. This was a very average movie. Oh, my voice is getting tired. If you like this review, click the like button down. Okay, that.
There ain't